Want more videos like this? Just subscribe to our channel. There is nothing wrong with crying. People are often being judged as weak or mentally unstable if they are seen crying. But every person on this world cries sometimes. The famous UFC fighter Ronda Rousey cries before every fight. When I'm about to fight, I'm the most emotional. Like my last fight, I totally cried the day before that. Crying is a natural emotional response to certain feelings, usually sadness and hurt. But then people also cry under other circumstances and occasions, says Stephen Sideroff, PhD, a staff psychologist at Santa Monica University of California, Los Angeles and orthopedic hospital and clinical director of the Moonview Treatment Center in Santa Monica, California. Here are some other reasons why crying is good for you. Crying actually means that you are not afraid of emotions. When you cry, you are actually confronting whatever feelings you have at the moment, whether it's disappointment, sadness, anger or frustration. And let's be honest, confronting your emotions is not an easy thing. It's much easier, in the short term anyway, to suppress those emotions, particularly when they're negative. Doing the opposite requires strength, bravery and the ability to look inwards. It shows a lack of concern for social expectations. Many of the strongest people who ever lived, from Emmeline Pankhurst to Martin Luther King Jr. and Nelson Mandela, went against social expectations. They chose to do what was frowned upon at the time. While crying won't get you killed or imprisoned, it does remain frowned upon in society, for both genders. Men who cry are stigmatized as weak and unmanly. When women cry, they're often called crazy or dramatic. Crying despite that stigmatization shows that you're not afraid to put social convention aside if it means dealing with your overwhelming emotions. Crying shows that you know how to offload stress before it breaks you. In the world of architecture, strength is about much more than hardiness. A good, sturdy structure relieves stress effectively before it becomes destructive. A strong person is no different. For many people, crying relieves built-up stress that could easily become damaging if not dealt with properly. Crying makes you a leader. By openly crying, you liberate people around you. This is especially true if your tears are in response to a shared circumstance. Say you and a group of friends receive some upsetting news. If you decide to be strong and shed the first tear, the others will go, "Hey, I guess it is okay to show emotion right now.